It's the time to get down.
All right, you guys, now we're going to get into a segment that's so interesting. And actually, it's got two parts to it. We got a interesting phone interview coming up, and then we're going to take a look at two artist videos that have been sent in.
Oh, yeah.
One by J.G. Traveler, the Pop Lock and Caesar. We've got a new episode from him called The Didactic Traveler. And we also have a piece from PMC called Keep Them Short. But before that, Vic, before any of that,
yes, sir,
we've got an interview coming up with young Stelf, thanks to Larry D.
Yes, sir.
The man who makes it happen for the Indies.
Yes, sir. Yes, hey, you guys, we're going to do it like this. If you don't know, young Stelf is definitely in his house, but within our studio, okay? His brother's, you know, he's out of Springfield, Massachusetts, but he was born in Augusta, Georgia. So to let you guys know, he's got a profile and he has a history. So if you don't know young Stelf, hardcore rapper, R&B, hip-hop, you know, this cat is open for 50 cents, Mario. Have you opened for anybody, man?
Suzette Tomlinson.
That's good enough, man. That's good enough. So, hey, look. You know what? He could run with that, man. I'm gonna keep it on point. My first love, though, we've said it at the beginning of the show. We appreciate Larry D Entertainment. Larry's always been on deck. He's always got talent around him, and this is one of the examples. So, you know, I'm not going to say a lot more. I can just tell you now. If you want to find young Stelf, we're going to get him on the phone right now. We're going to call him right now.
Okay.
But you're going to find his music on iTunes, TuneCore, Rhapsody, in Japan, Canada, and other countries, Mario. You know, he's breaking it out wide. So while you sit back and get jealous, I'm going to see if I can get him on the phone right here. I'm going to call you right now, young Stelf, so sit by. And Mario, I want you to keep a nice anti-political moment, okay?
Ting, 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 ting. Here we have dazzling young urbanites about to be interviewed. And then we'll have some featured music, Keisha.
I'm going to call
a dazzling young urbanite.
Right now, here we are. Going to see if I can get this cat on the phone and see what we can learn.
I want to say it's wonderful the way you set up this interview using the latest technology.
Yes. Let's see if I can get him.
It's like calling him on the phone.
Yes. Let's see if we can get him, man. He probably left and got something to eat.
Hello?
You see, you got to be careful now, man.
Yes.
Hey, man, is this young Stelf?
Speaking. What's going on, man?
Hey, man, how you feeling over there? And
everybody, that's young Stelf.
There we go, man. Young Stelf in the house. Yeah, okay, all the you know, dude, don't be doing all that. Hey, check it out, man. Look, it's so funny because I'm holding up this handset phone talking to you because we have a live feed on our other number going straight to a radio play. But before all of that, man, first of all, I've checked out your music. I've checked out your stuff. You are no joke, dude. You actually are really you're preaching while you're teaching, but we're learning. And first thing I want to know is, man, what made you get into the game?
I honestly always had a love for it, you know, since the youth. You know, I was raised in Augusta, Georgia, so, you know, as a child, we came up on, a lot of different music in the South. You know, it's not how it is today where, you know, the South is just based on what they get, you know, what they're getting out of it now. But when I was younger, man, it was a wide variety of music. I was always into it, but really didn't really get into it as far as my own craft until about, 99. I moved up to Springfield, Mass, and got into it that way. Just an overall love for it, man. You know, just it's real genuine. It's a real passion for it at the end of the day.
You know, you actually come from a crew, it's Top Floor Entertainment. And when I say that you basically have opened for 50 Cent, you also got Rick Ross on your tip. I mean...
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Rick Ross and the whole Maybach Music family, Meek Mills and Wale and all those guys. Did numerous shows with them. Last one was out here in my hometown. Got to perform with them. And they're real good people, man. Ross is a good guy. He looks out. He gives, his artists actual opportunities, not just, a way to make money off of, people. He gives them opportunities to, to be entrepreneurs in the game and stuff. So shout out to them.
Hey, man, tell me something. Most people don't know who your influences are, but I'm going to drop two names, man, and you tell me why the influence are so pertinent to what you've done in your craft. You've got LL Cool J and Jay-Z, man. Both of those are your influences?
Yeah, I mean, big because of the fact that, people kind of, when you mention LL in the hip-hop community, they think about, the heyday, the 80s, the rock the bells, all that stuff, but they fail to realize that, this guy did a lot for the youth. He wrote books. He's an actor. He's an entrepreneur. And he really took that, aspect of the game to another height early on in his career. And just with Jay-Z, I mean, he's from a really poverty-stricken area. And, and nowadays, it's just the stigma of the youth coming up in poverty-stricken areas. It's like, you can't make it, or you can't be successful, you can't be your own boss or your own businessman. And he completely changed that around,
Yeah.
So he's definitely a big influence. And, I met the guy on numerous occasions. He's just a good guy,
Yeah, if you had to, I checked out something, and not to go off track, because, a lot of times I'm always looking at what you're doing that's different. You have a video. Is it Barroom Knocks? What is it called? Where all your cats, you guys are all in there. You all featured at, it's like 4 of you guys all rapping at the same time. I may have killed the name, but I was,
okay.
Yeah. So you tell me, what was that about? Because it was amazing that all of you guys got there in that moment. What fueled that whole coming together?
It's more like a cipher. I recently just did a cipher on Hot 937. Shout out to them, Hot 937 in Connecticut. It was a cipher at the Jingle Jam, and it's just like, the Asiatic heyday of hip-hop, when you got a group of guys who's lyrically talented, or even if you were on the street corner, or if you were in the studio, or if you were just, at a basketball game, and, selected MCs that was very talented, they, we just, he goes, I go, he goes, kind of like, the basis of hip-hop, and we want to, keep touching on that, and, so that's what that was about. And if you go online, www.youtube.com/YoungStelf, it's a lot of other ciphers, and, just kind of keeping that foundation and that grounding with hip-hop, because, it's straying away, and a lot of youth don't really know hip-hop. Like, they'll know the artists that, out now, and, God bless them, and shout out to what they're doing. But if you ask them who was Big Daddy Kane or who was Heavy D, like, God rest his soul, I had a young guy when I was mentioning Heavy D, he said, who's Heavy D? And it's surprising to me that they didn't know, but
wow.
in an instance how the game is now, they don't forget, but they kind of tend to forget it, like the originality of things.
Yeah, Mario, when you heard him say that, I mean,
it's amazing that they don't know Heavy D. They don't, and they don't know the ones I know.
No Heavy D, like black coffee, no sugar, no cream. I was like, wow, so we're trying to kind of keep it to that so they can see what we're doing and follow back and say, okay, I see what these guys are doing. This has been going on for years. This has been going on for decades. So, give them a little taste of the past.
Oh, I hear you. Now, let me ask you something, man. Everybody has trends and moments, man. Hip-hop is going through something, or is that all just hype? Is the state of hip-hop still flourishing, still great, still growing, or is it just some overhype moving the people away to a different genre of music?
Yeah, what I think it is I look at hip-hop as like a revolving door. It all goes in the circles. Even we start from like the 80s. It was fads then. You had the guys with the power tall box fades, and you had Kwame with the polka dots, and it's just all recycled. So, it's like, it's gimmicks now, and it's certain ways people do to sell things, but it's all rerouting back around to, having lyrical talent in order to get in, or, having this or having that. And that's been happening for years. I mean, in the South, shout out to the South, that's where I'm from, but every year it's a new dance from the South.
Yeah.
So we can't even keep up with the ones that come out because it's so new. So it's just like a revolving circle. I wouldn't say it's watered down or this, that, and the third. It's just hip-hop, and that's how it's been. If you look back on just fads and, at one point, 8-ball jackets was nice. It was hot. And MCM stuff was hot. Then you got the Rockaware. Then it was, it's just a revolving circle. That's just hip-hop. I see it,
Yeah, I feel you. And, I commented on a cut. And let me just not do a disservice here. Number one, man, you got 18 cuts at your Reverb Nation page. I mean, I figured somebody had to warn you and say, man, only put on 18. I know you wanted to put more, man.
Oh, man. If it was up to me, it'd be about 500 on there. But, you got to give them a little dose here and there and not go all the way in.
Yeah, you definitely are bringing your swag with it. And I complimented you on a cut that I think we're going to see if we can try to play. It's called Keisha.
Okay.
I'm saying this for a reason. I said, if you go to YouTube, you check out all your stuff, it's real. But what threw me off is Keisha, because there's a story behind it. So if you can kind of give us an idea what that story is about, man, with Keisha.
Keisha's a story, kind of I call it like the black girl lost. You ever hear black girl? You ever hear the story about the black girl lost and found, like what she went through and what she came out of? A lot of people tend to give you what a person goes through, not what they come out of. And stories that I've experienced on my own experience, through, growing up in areas, such as the area you'll hear in the Keisha song. And it's just all of them, like intertwined together with like a twist at the end of the story. And what I like to do as far as the artist, the glitz and glamour is cool. You want to have fun. Anything you're doing, like, you want to have fun, because if you're not having fun, your work is, your work base is not fun. So cool, but I still want to be able to deliver a message. I still want, the same way how Pop was. Pop can make a song like I Get Around, and he can make a song like Dear Mama, and he can make a song, it was universal music. So Keisha is one of those songs that my mother liked, your mother would like, my auntie, or Reverend, or, a guy in the streets, or a doctor, or, I want to make that a universal base. And honestly get cats that think in the music again, the 401k carriers and all the college graduates and the summa cum laude. I want to get them back into the basis of hip-hop to see, okay, it's not all about this, that, and popping bottles and going to the club. It has a message too, so I want to bring back that foreground of having a message in music back. So that's, that's the basis of the Keisha song.
Yeah, the part that I like about it is that it's a cut that lets you know, hey, I'm more diverse than you think. Because talking to you, dude, believe me, you're an intelligent brother. So that means you're streetwise, but you're also business savvy. So the part that caught me is that, you want to take people to another place, and it opens up a different market. So, I want you to stay with us for a moment, because I actually want to play that Keisha cut, if you don't mind.
Okay, that's perfect.
That's perfect. Hey, Mario.
That's good to go.
That's good to go, man. Mario, you ready to push those buttons, man? Here we go.
Of a preacher, but the mother can never reach her. We'll find her under the bleachers. The teachers can never get her right. And when the mama would sleep, she would sneak out at night and search for another life. You can call it fast, but I see something more. The preacher wasn't a mother, adopted her at 4, and way before 4, she was conceived by a whore. And her father made her push her out and left her on the floor. Saw her something she wanna do, but her wings fell clipped. And plus the preacher always told her that she wasn't shit. So shit, why the hell should she try? 14-year-old girl with intentions to die. She lift her head to the sky and scream to God why, and it make her wanna cry when she got no reply. So high is what she got, and blocks the spot when she spent the time hooked up with this older lady to show her how to grind. Keisha, Keisha, this life is gonna teach ya. A feeling's the best teacher. I just hope somebody reach ya. Keisha, Keisha, don't let the devil beat ya. Just allow God to reach ya. Don't give up, just dig deeper. In due time, Keisha became a shadow, and she had the ladies back, cause cancer she had to battle. They knew they couldn't make it if they stayed in the street, so they escaped the rehab for some shelter in the heat. Now peep, the lady knew that she was down on her last days. She asked God to forgive her for all her past ways. She told Keisha she reminded her of a girl that she once had but didn't make it in this world. Wanted diamonds and pearls for the little girl, but her father left her on the floor, wishing she could tell her more. She told her if you have a kid, hold it above you. Leave the streets alone and only use God to run to. Her slurred words begin to turn to a mumble. Never let a man dictate who you love, boo. Change your life, you see what mine has become too. She said, it's okay, mommy, I love you. Keisha, Keisha, this life is gonna teach ya. A feeling's the best teacher. I just hope somebody reach ya. Keisha, Keisha,